I go back and forth. It is pretty easy to run low on inspiration fuel, right? Like it's not a sustainable practice for artists to solely rely on being inspired in order to work. Like that's just not, like being like inspiration like doesn't always happen and sometimes you run pretty low on it. Um so sometimes it's really a matter of just kind of like making yourself draw. Um So an easy way to kind of like go about doing that is um, like what are you best at drawing? Like um, what are some of your like favorite things to draw? And again, like sometimes you're not even in the mood to draw your favorite thing, but when you're like super stumped, it's good to like reference some things that you like you're good at and try to pull from that. So my example, I like drawing girls, so I draw a lot of girls. I wish I had a like more eloquent answer than that, but like it's really just I like to draw girls and there's always more girls out there to draw. Girls are a sustainable resource, guys. So, be sure to keep that in mind. Ah, those legs look kind of weird. I'm just gonna beep boop. Okay. Sometimes simpler is better. You don't have to go way out of your way to like hardline everything. Just your brain fills in like a lot of information. So I don't know, like even though I'm not really shading these legs in like all the way, but because you kind of like know like, oh, like I know what legs look like. Your brain is just kind of like already filling in a lot of those lines. Hey, well, if you're really good at drawing guys with boobs stapled on, that's important too. Oh, admittedly, I just do a lot of fan art. That's another thing too. Like if you can't find I don't know, if it's hard for you to work on personal projects, like, feel free to pull from like other people as inspiration. Um, mm, stop. Stop quoting me. This is unacceptable. Um, Miss Boobies. Yeah, I don't know her name. I kind of don't want to know her name, but it's fine. Okay. I think I think this is good for now. I'll be moving on to the other line art, which is my specialty. But does anybody have any like questions about like silhouette building and my approach to working on this? Wait, actually, really fast, do you guys want me to like add like an outline to this? Some people that like make pixel art through silhouettes don't usually go back in and add in lines, but that's just something I prefer to do. So, lines, or should I move on? Or does anyone else have any like questions or anything like that? No rules, no. You're all blocked. Okay. Okay, I'll be going back in with lines. So, just for the sake of having this file, I will be doing the line art on a separate layer, just in case anyone prefers, like, you know, not having lines. I'll also be sharing this work onto the folder as well. So, you know, neat. So this is just kind of like me kind of guessing things. I'll only be like outlining like the head, if that's okay. Just because like so much of this is kind of not ready, I feel like. Oh, please no. I keep forgetting this is gonna be recorded. It's fine. It's fine. Oop. So sorry, I keep making like goofy sound effects. Like I just feel like this like I feel like I should be talking most of the time, but again, I'm bad at multitasking and I can't find anything like I don't know, like appropriate to say, so I resort to making mouth noises. Okay, so this is the outline that I made for the head. I'll be, you know, adding more dimension to the figure by using our good techniques, anti-aliasing, and what's it called? I'll also be changing the color of the outline according to the light source, right? So this is my oh, now I can like kind of remove the weird background thing that I had, now that I can kind of read the figure a lot better. I'm going in, like I mentioned before, I'm connecting my line segments together. I'm using my I guess primary and secondary midtones to just you know, smoothen out some of these edges. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, sellout. There you go. I'm sorry, I blinked out. Sellout. So, the lightest areas, and sometimes like, you know, just forms that are lighter colors will use like a lighter outline, right? So that's what I'll be doing here. But yeah, so areas like the bottom of like the hair, which are like the darkest areas, and like near the bottom of the ears, I kept like my darkest color for like the primary line, right? But for lighter areas, I just switched it up to my second or my second darkest color or my darkest midtone. And you know, now let's see what it looks like with and without the outline. Um, and let's zoom out and look at it. It really does make like a big difference. Oh, do I use a mouse or a tablet? Yep, I alternate between both. When I build with a silhouette, I prefer using like a tablet just because like the way that you kind of like build forms, they have to like I don't know, I want these like strokes to just like feel the way like a brush stroke would, right? And with the magic of pen pressure, like, you know, you can kind of like achieve that feeling a lot easier than you would be able to with a tablet. Or with a mouse, sorry, with a mouse. There are some people that are really, that can like do that with a mouse. There are a lot of cases where I do prefer to use a mouse, like for, usually for like my line art or if I'm working on a smaller piece, just working with like a mouse just feels like I have a lot more control. So I prefer to use like a mouse in those occasions. Like I alternate between like a lot of them, so it really depends. Okay. Um, any last things? Does anybody want me to like work on anything else with this or answer any questions about silhouette building or okay, if you're going to use our only dither from the inside. Yep. Yeah. Um that's a good thing to keep in mind. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh my god. Danny's like a freakishly talented pixel artist like oh my god, like really amazing work. Like if you guys don't follow him already, like please follow him. Like he's amazing. How do I pick good colors? Okay. I was going to save my color lecture for the next couple of streams just because I feel like color takes up a lot of there's a lot that goes into building a palette, right? And I want to use this stream to like just cover like, you know, really basic methods of like building up like line art and stuff like that. Maybe if there's like time at the end of the stream, I'll like do like a really fast like color palette like building session and maybe we can all like build a new palette together, but I would rather we save that for another time. Yeah, if you don't mind. Okay. Any more questions about silhouettes or adding an outline on a silhouette? Again, no outline, outline, no outline, outline. Oh, I'll be saving these as like Photoshop files, by the way. So I hope that works for people. If it doesn't, then like, sorry. um, I know, right? Totally. I feel the same way. Okay, so I'll be moving on to line art. I'm using the same 4-color palette. And you've noticed, like I mentioned before, with silhouette building, you're working from general to specific. I started with my midtones and I branched my way out to the ends of the palette, right? Reserving my lightest colors and my darkest colors for like highlights and shadows, which are usually more specific details. With my line art,